Bridget St John and Emma Tricca in session with Ask Me No Questions, another 2 tunes to come. That particular number, Bridget, appeared on the debut album, is that right?
Yeah.
And on that version, listeners may be familiar with the bird song and the church bells, which are a sort of key part of that recording. How did they become part of that song?
That was John Peel's big production moment in the whole album, and he went down to the archives of the BBC and pulled out all these cassette tapes of different sounds and just sort of mixed them in. And later on his program, he would get calls like, well, that bird couldn't possibly been in the same wood as the other birds, you know. But he had a lot of fun. It was great to make it.
Yeah, and the only one I recognise is the wood pigeon, so maybe that's what caused all the controversy now. I'm not sure.
I think
they
so.
crop up everywhere there, don't they?
I think so.
Can we just talk about, we've been playing Rubies, the song you've recorded together, which, as I understand it, Emma, you wrote that number with Bridget in mind, and then this was only in April. Then what happened after that?
So I actually had started to write the song a few months before, the melody, and then the words started coming out and the tone of the voice. I was just thinking, this is Bridget, this is Bridget, this is Bridget. And then we have a mutual friend we work with in New York, Ernie, fabulous sound engineer, and he actually worked on both St. Peter and Our Spring Sun, and he for years he had been wanting to introduce us, but pandemic and whatnot never happened up until this was made possible in March, I guess.
Yeah,
and the song was ready, and it was just magic. So we met over a Mexican
meal, right?
Mexican meal in New York, introduced by Ernie, and another couple of friends were there. And we had a lovely time, and then I sent the song to Bridget, and she thought it was okay. And then so we booked the studio for July, and we went in and recorded it. So this is actually the 4th time that Bridget and I are together.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
well, and it's a fantastic recording, and are there plans to maybe record more together, or?
Nebulous plans, but plans, yes.
Okay, that's good. I like the sound of that. Bridget, I wanted to ask you, recently had the release of the From Here to There compilation.
Right.
And these are recordings from 74 to 82, and they sort of, for those who are wondering what you did after the Dandelion years, the answer is here, plenty, and some extraordinary and brilliant recordings in there. And you put together that compilation, didn't you?
Yeah,
I did, yeah.
With
great help from Richard Anderson at Cherry Red. He was like sort of the instigator, and he goes, no, you should really listen to this one because I like this one. And so things I might have dismissed, I reconsidered, so yeah. And it really, they asked me for any unreleased stuff, so I had all these reel-to-reel tapes and sent them off to, I think it's called FX Sound, and they transferred them, and then we all listened to them and pulled together the extra album, really, from the box set. There's Jumble Queen, and there's Take the Fifth, and then there's the New York Sessions, which have not been released before.
Yeah, and fantastic they are getting released, and I hope they are getting plenty of attention. It's a fantastic release, so well done to all concerned there. I was catching up with some recent set lists from you as well. I saw that you were playing some songs by Michael Chapman, who I know you regard as something of a musical brother.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I mean, I met him first, I wasn't aware that he was at my first ever gig at Les Cousins in Greek Street, but we soon were with the same agency, and so we got booked out on same gigs, and we got to know each other. And him and Andrew, his wife, we just became really close friends. I used to look after their dog Arthur. If they went off to Europe, Arthur came on tour with me, and we just been great friends.
Yeah, and Steve Gunn's been. You play with Steve Gunn as well.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot with it. Well, yes, we recorded the last 2 of Michael's albums. Steve produced those,
right? And
so we were in Wales for the last one, and in New York for the 50, the album 50. And I'm doing gigs with Steve Gunn now, so it's like this family is growing.
What's the next tune you'd like to play for us now?
It's the hole in the heart.
It is the hole in the heart.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Oh no. The next live number, I meant. Sorry.
Oh, well then it's Rubies, right?
Do you want to do Rubies now? Okay, fair
I
enough.
need to reach you.
Okay, I thought you were going to do...
Sorry.
It's my fault. Sorry. I thought you were going to do Mon Gala Papillon now. Is that right? Is that going to be the next tune? Or are you going to go straight into Rubies? Whatever you want to do. If you want to go into Rubies now, that's absolutely fine. Let's do that. Emma, while you're retuning, I was going to ask you about your about Aspirin's Sun as well.
Yes.
Which includes Autumn's Fiery Tongue, which I think I'm playing later on this week.
Oh, thank you.
But well done on this record.
Thanks.
Is it something that's you enjoyed making?
Oh, I loved it. I loved the whole process. I mean, it's a bit of a strange one because obviously it was written and recorded. Well, I started the recording shortly after my dad passed away, and it's kind of a really strange time in one's life, because the feeling that I had was that I did not remember who I was before that happening, and so. Sorry, I'm just talking to you and looking at the tuner. But then I decided to spend a couple of months in New York to start writing the new record, and we went into the studio almost straight away. And after I think Crystal Dora House was the first song that was kind of came out fully formed in a way with the band. Then I was lucky enough, because I thought, okay, well, next year I'll come back and finish the tunes. So I take some time.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then someone said, well, don't just do it sooner than March 2020. And so this friend of mine, Mark Frost, I really have to thank, insisted I went in January. So we kind of finished all the tracks, and then obviously hell broke loose, and pandemic happened. So I kind of finished the record with Sean Reid in London, sharing files back and forth with the guys in New York. Yes, that's how it happened, and it was just wonderful to have something to do in that void of time, and also feeling so grateful that I had the opportunity of finishing something that I just needed to a little more work, and that's it, and that was it. And then we started working on harmonies and whatnot.
And it's worked out really well.
Thank you.
It's a mighty fine record, and
thanks.
Are you ready for your next tune?
Are we? Yeah, I think we are. So this is Rubies.